Here's our advice about using tamarind. There's a number of ways you can add tamarind to curries. This is block tamarind that we buy. You can see it's sort of like the compressed tamarind berries, which we need to add hot water to get a pulp out of. You can buy tamarind paste as well, and here's two of them, but you see one is much lighter in colour than the other. And if you look at the jars on label on these, this one's 33% tamarind, this one's 84% tamarind. But basically whatever we do, we're using these to make like a tamarind tea, if you will. So let me show you how we do this one first of all. So basically I've got 30 grams of tamarind in there. That's in a regular teacup. This is an espresso cup, so I'm using it to roughly measure out 100 mils of hot water. So that goes in there, and basically what you just need to do is to let that hot water gradually soften and dissolve the tamarind to effectively get us a sort of a thick tamarind tea.
Yeah.
Okay, so the hot water has drawn some of the tamarind extract out of here. So the next thing we have to do is to put that into a sieve, and we'll work it through the sieve. And basically what you're trying to do is obviously to collect the flavour but without all the pips, and you can scrape the extract off the bottom of there. With that done once, then we put it through again. To be honest, I'd probably do that a bit longer, but I don't want to bore you. So I'm going to put that back in that cup, and I'm going to take another 100 mils of boiling water, and I'm going to put that through again and let that steep through for a little bit. Okay, so that's actually steeped for another couple of minutes now, and we've got a nice, I call it tamarind tea, I don't know if that's the technical term, but it seems right to me. So let's work that through the sieve. Now basically what that's given us, if we think about it, is about 30, we've used 30 grams of tamarind and 200 mils of water to get our tamarind extract, basically, which we're going to use to flavour the curry. It's a souring agent in the curry, like tomato or yoghurt, but one that's typically used in the south of India, where of course there are lots of tamarind trees growing. So that's worked through. Indeed, you can work that through. I'm collecting the extract there off the underside of the sieve. So that's done, and that basically, once we're done with that, that can be discarded. I'm just going to put that to one side. And so this is basically the tamarind tea that the tamarind mixture that we're going to add to the curry. Now you could make that with tamarind paste. In fact, you could just add this tamarind paste to the curry. But of course you need to be careful because they're different strengths. So this one is 33% tamarind and it's a 120ml jar. So we've worked out that roughly what we've got here is equivalent to about a tablespoon of this mixture. This one's 84, you see it's much darker. That one's 84% tamarind in the jar. Again, it's a 120ml jar. So probably with this one, you'd only need about a teaspoon and a half in order to get the same souring as this. The beauty of using this, of course, is it's quicker and it allows you to adjust the consistency of the curry more easily. But this is a very cost-effective way too, because the tamarind block goes a long way. So that's using tamarind. The other thing that Lucy just mentioned to me, which I forgot to say, was actually you can if you make this, you can refrigerate it. So if you're making a number of curries, you can make up a tamarind mixture for several curries all at once, and you can keep it in the fridge for a few days, no problem. And indeed, you could also freeze it.